Namaste. I am Durga Poudel. I'd like to thank the organizers of this convention and Professor Gopi Upreti, the coordinator of session 13, Sustainable Environment, for giving me this opportunity to talk to you. Today, my topic our presentation is Asta-Ja for sustainable environment and prosperity. In this presentation, I will talk to you about Asta-Ja framework. Then I will present you briefly about a case study in Tulokhala watershed in Nepal. I'll also present you my vision of Nepal Vision 2040. And I'll talk briefly about sustainable development goals, and then I'll present my conclusion to you. Asta-Ja framework, which I published in 2008, consists of 8 resources that start, their names start with Nepali letter Ja, and include Jal, Jameen, Jungle, Jadibuti, Janasakti, Janavar, Jarajuri, and Jalabayu. And Jalabayu consists, or the climate consists as the central element of all Asta-Ja system, meaning any change in Jalabayu or climate will impact the whole system very badly. And Asta-Ja national policies and programs are very, very important for Nepal's economic development. Asta-Ja system basically consists of the elements representing the 4 subsystems of planet Earth, like atmosphere, biosphere, lithosphere, and hydrosphere. Asta-Ja framework consists of 8 principles: community awareness, community capacity building, policy decision making, interrelationships and linkages among and between the Asta-Ja elements, comprehensive assessment of Asta-Ja resources, sustainable technologies and practices, institutions, trade and governance, and finally, an over-encompassing principle of sustainable community development and socioeconomic transformation of Nepal. To bring you to Tulokhala watershed, it's a small watershed in Nuwakot, where a very intensive study was done through a household survey, participatory rural appraisals, focus group discussions, sampling of fecal samples, fodder samples, soil samples, and training the communities in livestock management and resource management. Based on the results from that study, it is very clear that the precipitation is declining in a very dangerous way in Nepal over the past 15 years or so. There are large number of drinking water sources that are being dried up, creating big problem with the community, and nearly 13% of spring water sources have been dried over the past 10 years in the watershed. And water shortage is a major problem as well with this serious animal health issues. Goat mortality rate was almost was 22%, and the main cause of the goat mortality rate was PPR infestation. serious fodder and feed shortages for animals almost 5 or 6 months from March to July is very serious. As a result, animal health is very, very poor. The same thing is with soil quality. Land degradation is a very serious one. And the communities, they are very aware of the situation happening in their watershed, and they rank various factors such as drought as the number one problem, drying up water resources another problem, poor animal health, soil degradation, decline in crop productivities, and these are the major problems identified by the community. The community is very receptive as to control the PPR on goats. We organize this 3-day event of vaccinating goats, all goats in the watershed. Nearly 3,000 goats were vaccinated by the community members in 3 days. And since then, they have been regularly vaccinating their goats, and the mortality rates have gone down. So this study in Tulakola watershed and from other literatures clearly shows that Asta-Ja resources have been very badly degraded in Nepal. And it is very important to have a good hold on the health of these Asta-Ja resources for Nepal's economic growth and socioeconomic transformation. In the meantime, global average temperature is increasing. And if you see from 1980, it has been always positive. And now this global temperature rise is affecting Nepal very badly in terms of climate change and other issues. Now, considering this environmental degradation and climate change issue, Asta-Ja worked with the community and has established a Center of Excellence for Environment and Climate Change in Kathmandu. And the center hopes to work with NRNA and other diaspora organizations and other agencies in terms of generating information, archiving those information in relation to climate change, and predicting climate change impacts and helping the government of Nepal in climate issues. In the meantime, working on raising community awareness also. Given all this situation of climate change issues, resource degradation, and also Nepal's socioeconomic issues, I see that this Nepal Vision 2040 is very possible to convert or to develop Nepal at the par of developed nation if we go through these 9 guidelines or a strategy for nation building based on Asta-Ja resources. And these 9 guidelines or the goals have many opportunities to develop the country by taking several strategies with respect to each of these goals. And the main goals include food self-sufficiency, renewable resource energy, attracting 30 million tourists annually, exports of organic foods, medicinal and aromatic plants, and other products to neighboring countries, China and India. Corruption control, very important, which can be done through digital transaction, paper trails, ethic codes, enforcement of anti-corruption measures, infrastructural development, community resiliency, and social services, and ultimately conservation, development, and utilization of Asta-Ja resources. Now, this development of Nepal natural resource base and economic growth and socioeconomic transformation can be very well tied up with UN Sustainable Development Goals through Asta-Ja platform. UN Sustainable Development Goals very highly correlate with Asta-Ja 8 principles or guidelines. except for goal 14, which relates to the ocean. Now, one thing very important to keep in mind is that the conservation, development, and utilization of Asta-Ja resources and environment has to be in line with the fourth industrial revolution, which is occurring or will occur soon globally. And this fourth industrial revolution will include very high-tech technologies, especially artificial intelligence, robotics, nanotechnology, biotech, gene editing, 3D printing. So Nepal doesn't have any other alternative to this getting into the fourth industrial revolution and utilizing the opportunity for developing its socioeconomic environment as well as natural resource environment using these emerging technologies. It is predicted that by 2030, artificial intelligence will add almost $15.7 trillion global economy. And so this is the direction globally, and Nepal needs to position itself on the science and technology and embarking upon those socioeconomic transformation utilizing Asta-Ja framework, which serves as a foundation for tying up UN programs as well as these emerging innovations and technologies for the prosperity of Nepalese society and environment. With this, I'd like to conclude my short presentation here by saying that Nepal Vision 2040 is a really doable, and it is possible if the nation keeps its focus on conservation, development, and sustainable utilization of Asta-Ja resources in line with those emerging fourth industrial revolution, and stay with the 9 goals stated in that Nepal Vision 2040. So with this, I'd like to thank all of you for attending this session or listening to this presentation. Thank you very much. Namaste.